This is a video response to Nostalgiaholic's Nintendo Power Review. I'd like to take a look at Next Generation. This is from December 1999, so it would have been issued in November 1999. This issue all about the console wars. Dreamcast, can it survive beyond 2001? No. PlayStation 2, has it already won? Yes. Microsoft Xbox, do they have the guts to try it? They do. And Nintendo 64, can it hold up till Dolphin arrives? Really interesting. It talks a little bit about the Dolphin, which is obviously what the GameCube would come to be. So let's take a look. Skip the ads. Okay. We have the War for the Living Room. PlayStation 3. Obviously this was all very theoretical because it was 1999. Halo, that's kind of interesting. So let's get right into it. PlayStation 3 revealed. Here's the PlayStation 3 part. So what kind of statistics would a game system capable of 1,000 times PlayStation 2's performance generate? If you do the math, that's 66 trillion polygon calculations per second on a super high definition 6,000 by 400 times 4,000 by 800 screen. That's more than enough polygons to update pixel size triangles more than 120 times per second. That's both better than movie resolution and refresh rate faster than the human eye can detect. So that's what they thought the PlayStation 3 would be like at the time. Oh, little fun games on the sides here. So let's play it. What is it? David let me use this computer to nearly destroy the world in war games. It is the TRS-80 from Tandy/Radio Shack. I do not remember that game, Evolution. Sega unveils Dreamcast exhibit at Epcot. So 1999, I guess Pokemon was already out. Breaking up is easy to do. Sega forms 2 new divisions. Talking about the Matrix game. Peripheral Round-up. This is mostly all news, obviously. Okay, Halo. This is interesting. PC, Mac, PlayStation 2. So this was, obviously the cover talks about the Xbox, but this was all theoretical at this point. It's funny too. If we didn't know any better, we wouldn't have believed this was anything but a CG movie. I was never very impressed with the Halo graphics. Final Fantasy VIII on your PC. Alphas, these were upcoming games. Deus Ex. Sega Bass Fishing. I didn't know these were that old. I get these from my nephews now, so this was back in '99. I did not realize those were around that long. Neverwinter Nights. I don't even remember drones. Parasite Eve 2. Furballs, those graphics do not look up to Dreamcast levels. It's very disappointing. I don't know how that game actually turned out. More ads. Crazy Taxi. Watch this. So look at Nintendo 64 here. Look at the Dreamcast here. Really easy to tell side by side just how much more powerful the Dreamcast was. Ridge Racer 64. Resident Evil Gun Survivor. PlayStation. Space Channel 5. It's one of Mark's favorites. Deep Fighter. PC Dreamcast. Street Fighter X3. The Rift, Can't We All Just Get Along? PC. I found this kind of neat. Get games delivered to your door the same day they hit the stores. I don't know if they still do that. Milestones, Next Generation's monthly update on tomorrow's games. So here we are, the cover story. The War for the Living Room. Which of the next generation consoles would dominate the future of living room entertainment? So little rundown. Sega, doing it now. Sony, if we build it, they will come. All quiet on Nintendo's front. Finally, the Xbox, Microsoft's Enigma wrapped in a mystery. They talked about this for issues and issues. It was really a way to sell magazines back then. You can see they didn't know anything about the console. What's interesting is they talk about the ability to make a game on a PC, then transfer it to Dreamcast and Xbox, and they thought that was going to be Microsoft's way to edge out the market, is that you'd have a game on PC, then you could quickly put it on Xbox and Dreamcast. Microsoft would get money from all three of those, and then you wouldn't see it on Dolphin or PlayStation 2. So we got PlayStation 2 tech specs. Project Dolphin, and I find this fascinating. So I don't know how much of this is true, but very, very powerful system. Obviously the Gecko processor, familiar with that, 400 megahertz. Go back to PS2, just shy of 300 megahertz. 36 meg RAM total. Doesn't give the total RAM there. Then we line that up with the Dreamcast here. Just 200 megahertz. Just 26 megs RAM total, all in. So much weaker than the other two. And then they've got, demonstratable hardware power, current software, etc. What you'd expect to see on a $2,000 computer at the time. This is sort of funny, right? Pentium 3 at 500 megahertz. Your iPhone's faster than that. 128 megabyte RAM, 13 gigabyte hard drive. You probably have a thumb drive bigger than that. DVD-ROM, 56K modem. Ooh. 17-inch big old bulky monitor. Xbox here. 500 megahertz. That's what they had that listed at. N64. Interesting. 94 megahertz. 34 megahertz for the PlayStation. And not a good lookout for the system. Future software prognosis. When does a console appear to be at the end of its life cycle? When it starts to get ports from other consoles. Remember Bonk's Adventure on the Super NES? How about Wipeout for the Saturn? Original innovative titles are becoming harder to find, and now some of the best looking titles are PlayStation ports and franchises. Resident Evil 2, Destruction Derby 64, Ridge Racer 64, and dare we say Road Rash. Sure, there's Zelda Gaiden, obviously that was before it had a title, and maybe another rare hit or two, Perfect Dark and Banjo-Tooie probably. But with dwindling third-party support, it's causing the N64 to look older faster than the more elderly PlayStation. Here they go on to say, PlayStation becomes the console of little brothers and sisters everywhere. Their website, Daily Radar. Finals. So what games were out that month? I always like to look for the 1 stars. I always find it the funniest. So 1 star, Suzuki All-Star Extreme Racing. It's all the Dreamcast games. Donkey Kong 64. Horrible review for WCW Mayhem. PlayStation Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, there we go. 4 stars for that. Finals for the PC. Outcast. I'm surprised to see that get such a small article there. Got 4 stars though. Homeworld getting the bulk of the attention here. 4 stars also. Gamer's Guide. This is kind of cool. A little little chart, just like you saw in the Nintendo Power magazines there. Quick guide if you want to buy a game, which one's got the good ratings. Letters section. They didn't do this all along, but they in the Lifecycle 2, they did these dummy magazines. What the magazine would have looked like if it had been around in the 80s. Gunpei Yokoi's masterpiece cements Nintendo's dominance. You'll never guess who's in that power suit. Metroid full review inside. It's hilarious. But we're playing the golden age of 8-bit. Judge for yourself. You got Master System, NES, Arcade there. Top movies: Three Men and a Baby, Fatal Attraction, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Good Morning Vietnam, Moonstruck, The Untouchables. That's it. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed.